Hey everyone, welcome to Dr. Retro's Video Game Finds. Let's start this week with something awesome I bought. It's a PlayStation Vita with Uncharted Golden Abyss. PlayStation Vita is only just out, or it's out for a while, but there are not a lot of games yet. But Uncharted, one of my favorite series, and I really wanted the PlayStation Vita just for this game. Haven't tried it out yet. I tried out the PlayStation Vita, but not Uncharted yet. Didn't have the time. But the screen is amazing, looks so crisp, touch works perfectly, so I'm really looking forward to having some time to play this. If you want to see the unboxing of the PlayStation Vita, check out another video I did. So now let's go to some stuff that came in this week. First, some NES stuff. First one is Doki Doki Panic with Mario's face slapped on it, aka Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. 3, Mario Bros. Duck Hunt, then Double Dragon 3, the Rosetta Stone, I believe this is called, the Sacred Stones. This game is hard as hell. I've never got very far. If you die, you die, done, start over. Same goes for Shadow Warriors Ninja Gaiden, or Gaiden I believe. Really cool game, but gets really hard, especially with the respawning birds from hell. Then some Super Nintendo games. Card only, as you can see. Star Wing, aka Star Fox in America, Tetris and Dr. Mario, Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel, which is a rare game. Let's get some focus on that. Still looking for that one complete, but this is just a cartridge. Super Mario All-Stars Mario World, Donkey Kong Country 1, Donkey Kong Country 3, Dixie's Double Trouble, really breaks your tongue, Super Adventure Island, and the last one is Dino City, and this one has an amazing cool front. Check this out. How 90s is this? A kid in sneakers with headphones, cheap ass headphones as it looks, with a dino chilling in a leather jacket and sunglasses. Doesn't get much cooler than that. Oh, and the dino's wearing sneakers as well. Awesome. Gotta be a great game. Then for the GameCube, Star Fox Adventures. I kinda like this game. Played it for a bit a couple years back and wasn't bad. And then for the CDI, the infamous CDI, also some infamous games, because these are the Zelda games for the CDI. Infamously because they suck balls. There's so many videos about these on the interwebs, just check them out, especially the one from AVGN, Angry Video Game Nerd. He did a great review on them. This is the English version, Wand of Gamelon. This is the Dutch version, Toverstaf van Gamelon. Basically says the same, but then in Dutch. Faces of Evil in Dutch and Faces of Evil in English. And as you can see, there's different versions. This is a CD version. This is a strange CDI box version. And there's also a version with the cardboard sleeve. But if you want to know more about that, check out my video dedicated to only the Zelda variants on the CDI. So then some games I was looking for my collection. Parodius for the Sega Saturn. Really cool shoot 'em up with crazy Japanese style. Really like this game. Then Earache Extreme Metal Racing. Probably a really bad game, but I'm a metalhead and I'm a PS2 collector, so that adds up. Barbarian's Blade Khan. And then All-Star Fighters. Picked this game up in a second-hand store, and honestly, I had never heard of this before. And I don't want to brag, but if I have never heard of a PS2 game, it's probably something obscure or rare. It's Essential Games, the guys who also brought out Hard Knock High and Vampire Hunters 2, which are also really, really rare PS2 games. So I'm really happy to find this, because this is probably one rare game. And the two Mask items I talked about before in another video, these were the last two I needed to complete my collection. First up is Skybolt. This is a fighter jet airplane slash racing car thing. This is only the box. I still need the toy and the masks and the figures, etc. But finding the box loose in such condition, it only has a dent here, and for the rest it's in great condition. That was really a cheap bargain I couldn't pass on. So basically all I need is the toy itself, and then my collection is complete, except for some manuals, etc, etc. And the other item I still needed for mask was Razorback. This one is 100% complete, even comes with the cardboard inlay. And it's not my favorite model. I think it looks kind of stupid because it's a race car that turns into something stupid. This doesn't look like anything, but it's from the later Mask series that were less inspirational as the early Mask series. But I need this to complete, and you know, I want my stuff complete. So that was it for today. It's Saturday now, and it's time for the last few bits and pieces that came in this week. First up, a box full of really old console stuff. This is a Spectrum ZX 16 or 48K light pen. I already have one of these, but it came in a bunch, and I'm really curious how this really works, because apparently you need to draw on your TV, and I wonder how it registers where you draw, etc. Then a whole bunch of books for the ZX Spectrum. They're all in Dutch, by the way. Master file data tool also for the ZX Spectrum, and this is for like keeping administration or a library, etc. of things you have back in the 80s. A lot more books about games on the Spectrum. And then something really cool and really old. You can see at the stained box that it's really old. And this is the most spectacular add-on under the Spectrum, because you have to put the Spectrum on top of it. This is a Prism VTX 5000 modem. So let's check out the back of the box, and it shows you how it works. This is your Spectrum 48K. This is the modem. You connect the two, and you connect the Spectrum VTX 5000 to the internet, and you have your own Spectrum online. I have no clue how the internet was back then. This is before my time, but this probably was only message boards, etc. But it's really cool and really old school tech. And if you're into old school tech, that's definitely something worth checking out, because it looks really cool. So then a bunch of PC games that came in. The left pile is the pile I'm not keeping, because I already have them or I don't need them. The right pile are the games I'm keeping. So let's start with the left one. Metal Gear Solid, the big box PC version. And if you watched my videos really well, you know I don't have this, but there's another one in the right pile, so not keeping that one, it's a double. Dark Earth, Dungeon Keeper, really cool game. Remember playing this back in the day, picking up slaves and slapping them around. That's basically all I did in the game, but I already had that, so it can go. Same goes for Diablo 2, great game, but I already had a copy. I was planning on keeping this, The 11th Hour. Looks really creepy. It's one of those old creepy games, but the box is damaged, as you can see here. There's a big hole here where I can stick my finger in, and I don't want that in my collection. I want them all to be nice. Then Resident Evil, already have that. Dungeon Keeper 2, not keeping it because it's a classics version. And then the Police Quest collection has 5 Police Quest games. And I'm not keeping this because I want them all separate, not in a collection form. Then the games I am keeping. First up is Discworld 2 Missing Presumed, and this is one of those really cool old school point and click adventures. And just look at the graphics, looks amazing. I love these kind of games. There's the second copy of Metal Gear I told you about, keeping that one. Lord of the Rings The Two Towers. Diablo 1 didn't have this big box, so now I finally have all 3 Diablos in their original form. Then a whole bunch of Command & Conquer games. Tiberian Sun, Red Alert, my favorite, Red Alert The Aftermath, Counter-Strike, also Red Alert add-on, Tiberian Sun Firestorm, and this last one is Torrent's Passage. I didn't know this game, but when I read up on it, and it says so on the top of the box, it's created by Al Lowe. And that's the guy who also made Leisure Suit Larry, and I love those games. And when you look at the back of the box, it shows some really cool graphics, and it's definitely a game that I want in my collection. So I'm keeping that one. As usual, I've saved the best for last, and the best is something I didn't expect this time. I bought this not knowing that it was in this form. It's 2 Game Boy games. This is actually not the last, by the way. There's more coming, but these are some really cool Game Boy games. And I bought these as used, but when I got them in, it's sealed. As you can see, there you see my window. This is sealed. Mega Man Extreme for the Game Boy Color, American version. And it has an H seam. As you can see, the folds make an H. There's a pillar there. There together they make an H. That's an original seal. The other one is Mega Man 3 complete and in absolute superb condition. I'm not keeping this one because I have the European version, and if I can have a European version, I prefer the European. Mine is a little damaged, has a tear over here, but yeah, this is a hard choice. Pick the mint American version or the damaged European, but I'm going for the European version. Then the last three things for this week. First up is a flask, or yeah, a platvink as we call it in the Netherlands. This is one of those flasks they used in the old days when they went on a hiking trail or something like that. Let me put those games in the back away so I can get a focus. It has a PlayStation logo etched in. There you can see. It's an original E3 item from back in the 90s, and really cool to add to my PlayStation 1 collection. Then, Shining the Holy Ark for the Sega Saturn. One of the last RPGs I needed for the Saturn. Not really easy to find. Took me quite a while to find it actually. And getting closer and closer to completing my Saturn collection as far as I want to complete. I'm not going for a full game Saturn collection. And then the last item was really cool, and I got this with the Shining Holy Ark I just showed you. And it's one of the rarest Mega Drive games, but the auction was so strange that no one probably knew that it was included in the auction. And that's why I got it for an incredibly cheap price. And it's Mega Game 6 Volume 3. Mega Game 6 Volume 3, the cartridge is common as hell. You see it everywhere. But a boxed version is very, very hard to find. This one is also sealed, but as you can see the seal is in horrible condition. It's open on all sides. And that's probably because there's so many manuals in there that it didn't fit in the box and they sealed them on the outside. But yeah, keeping this sealed, nah, no reason. So let's open it up. Sorry for those sealed collectors out there. Super Monaco GP, Revenge of Shinobi, and Sega Soccer. And inside we probably see a bunch more manuals. Yeah, here's 3 more. And the cartridge still in its baggie. So that was an original seal, but it was in such a horrible condition that it didn't add some extra value in my opinion. So that's Sega Mega 6. One of the rarest games, even though it's not really collectible because it's not a single game like, for instance, Mega Man, the Wily Wars, or the Punisher, etc. But still, rare and very cool. So, that was it for this week. Hope you enjoyed watching. Be sure to check out my other videos. Doing a lot of videos lately on unboxings. I'm going to do some gameplay videos as well. Like me on Facebook, facebook.com/drretromd, so drretromd. And see you next time. Bye bye.